And we're back with some more Washington Capitals franchise mode in FHM 10. And in this one, we have the remainder of the Year 6 regular season simulation. And we might even get into the playoffs depending on how things go. We're already 14-5-2, so everything's looking good right now. And this team so far proving that last year was not a fluke and that we can hang with the best teams in the NHL now. So I think with that, we'll just get right into the simulation and we'll see where we are probably around the trade deadline. Ooh, Hendrix Lapierre, broken toe, 1 to 2 months. That's actually our first major injury of the year. Injuries this year have been very, very tame, which makes me nervous. Because that can only mean that the game is saving him for March, April, and during the playoffs. Obviously, I don't know that for sure, but it's just the thought that's going through my head right now. All right, so we just had our first loss of December on the 16th against Buffalo. The last loss we had before that was against Columbus on November 24th. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10. Another 10-game winning streak for your Washington Capitals. That's yeah, this is a good team now. All right, so we are on March 1st. We are 41, 15, and 4, 86 points. Good enough for first in the league. And of course, first in the conference. So safe to say there's not really much to be done for this team at this point. We just gotta, I think, go straight into the playoffs. We are, as of right now, second in the league in goals for per game with a 3.78. Definitely much better than before. And goals against per game, by far first in the league with a 2.6. So I believe it is safe to say at this point that this team is set. We're second in the league in hits. Power play has gotten a little bit better. It's at a 19.9 now. And the penalty kill, surprisingly not as good as I thought it would be, a 79.3. So special teams are a bit of an issue, but everywhere else we're rolling. And I don't want to risk changing what we have going on here just to maybe slightly improve our special teams, you know. So let's take a look at the player stats before we move on to the simulation. In goal, you have a 922 save percentage for Kochetkov, and in 36 games, you have a 911 for Spencer Knight. So Spencer Knight's been cooling off as of late, and then Kochetkov has, it seems, taken over for the most part. That is quite the 180 from what we last saw. On defense, you have Carson Lambos for 42 points, 40 for Huang, 34 for Lin in 48 games played. So good rookie season so far for him. Levshunov with 30, Cameron with 17, 14 for York, and 13 for Galvis. And at forward, you have Afanasev with 57, Misa with 51. So that is, yeah, that is a career high for him. And it looks like he might finish around 69 or 70 points there. So that is certainly good to see out of him, especially with the struggles that he had in the beginning of his career. Playing under Guy Boucher for him has worked wonders, it seems. Protus with 46 points. Then you have 43 for Crystal, 42 for Suzdalev, 36 for Kartai, 33 for Artamanov, 32 for Carconi, 31 for Lapierre, 19 for Kutz, 16 for Lind, 12 for Hagens, 10 for Deruio, and 6 for Gauthier. But with that, I think it's pretty safe to say that we don't really need to do anything here at this trade deadline, so let's just go right ahead to the end of the regular season and see who we're facing in the playoffs. And we have finished the regular season of year number 6. We finished 56, 19, and 7. Good enough for the President's Trophy. And this team has come a long way in just 2 short years of having Guy Boucher as our head coach. Team stats, goals for per game, we finished first in the league with a 3.9. Goals against per game, we finished first in the league with a 2.59. Hits, we finished 5th with 1,773. Face-offs, we were 8th in the league with 51%. Power play, so special teams, unfortunately, never seems to get better for this team. 30th in the league with a 16.8 on the power play. Penalty kill, at least that's better. 80.8, 13th in the league. But you know, we're just so good 5-on-5 that I didn't want to risk changing what we have going on here just to possibly fix the power play, you know? Now let's take a look at the end of season stats. In goal, you have Spencer Knight, 37 games played with a 910 save percentage, and Kochetkov with 47 games played with a 916. So it appears Kochetkov played the majority of the games down the stretch there, and Spencer Knight, for whatever reason, fell off in a pretty big way there towards the second half of the season. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with him. He was doing so well. Like he had a 923 save percentage, and then all of a sudden he has a few bad games, and then it's all Kochetkov. So I'm guessing it's going to be Kochetkov going into the playoffs. And now a look at defensemen. You have 61 points for Captain Carson Lambos, 51 for Huang, 48 for Lin in just 68 games. So that is a very good rookie season for him. Would not be surprised to see him on the ballot for Rookie of the Year. 41 points for Levshunov, 31 for Galvis, 19 for Cameron, and 17 for York. If I'm not mistaken, actually, it's also Levshunov's rookie season. Yeah, this is his first season in the NHL. He spent last year in Hershey. So young defenseman doing very well so far for your Washington Capitals. At forward, you have Afanasev with 81 points. Leads our team, and 40 goals as well. Misa with 68 points. So he is doing very well here in just his second season in the NHL. Suzdalev with 67, 63 for Protas, 60 for Crystal, 53 for LaPierre, 52 for Carconi, 51 for Kartai. Look at this depth scoring, man. I love it. 43 for Artamanov, 25 for Kutz, 20 for Lind, 14 for Hagens, 12 for DeRuio, and 9 for Gauthier in 49 games played. I just realized how many draft picks we have for this year. I did not realize I traded for that many picks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 picks this year. I guess we just had that many surplus players that I felt like didn't have anything else to trade for except draft picks. That, I guess, you know what, that just speaks to where we are right now as a team. You know, we have such a good team and so many excess players that I felt like the only thing I could trade them for was draft picks. Not to mention our depth. Like, we have so much depth, it's not even funny. We have Tarek Parasak, a 3-star ability in the AHL. And Valery Ustesko, who was, I believe, a draft pick from last season, already up to a 2.5-star ability. This is definitely a very good problem to have. So I guess with that, let's see who we have in the playoffs. Really? We didn't have any Calder nominees? Ryan Lind's not on there. Anton Frundell, he had 58 points for the Rangers this year in 79 games played. Gavin McKenna, 50 points in 79 games played for Florida. And Roman Kantsarov for Chicago with 72 points. That one makes sense. Yeah, it's got to be Kantsarov. So Ryan probably wouldn't have won against him, but still. He had 48 points as a defenseman, so I would at least expect him to be on there over someone like, you know, McKenna. Oh well, what are you gonna do? The important thing is we know we got ourselves a real good offensive defenseman back there, and we'll be facing the Montreal Canadiens in the first round of the playoffs. Let's take a look at their roster. Slavkovsky, Caulfield, Messar, Beck. Yeah, this is a pretty deep team. No star power, doesn't look like, but definitely do not take them lightly. And game number 1 against the Montreal Canadiens will be a 3-1 victory for your Washington Capitals. Shots are 45-30 in favor of Washington. 3 stars of the game: Carconi, Caulfield, and Artamanov. First period, you have Artamanov from Carconi and Cameron, makes it 1-0. Then Cole Caulfield with the lone goal for Montreal to make it 1-1. But then Carconi from Levshunov and Suzdalev, and then Protas from Galvis and Misa makes it the 3-1 victory. All right, game number 2 will be a 5-3 victory for your Washington Capitals. Got to 42-32, favor of Washington. 3 stars of the game: Crystal, Slavkovsky, and Suzdalev. First period, you have Artamanov from York and Kartai getting things started. Second period, you have DeRuio from Kutz and Lynn to make it 2-0. And then third period, where the majority of the action happened, Slavkovsky for Montreal to make it 2-1, but then Crystal from Suzdalev, and then Lambos from Crystal and LaPierre to make it 4-1. Coronado scores for Montreal to make it 4-2. Crystal from Suzdalev and Afanasev makes it 5-2. Chad Nychuk for Montreal to make it 5-3 late in the period, but it was not enough for Montreal. All right, game number 3 will be a 6-1 victory for your Washington Capitals. Shots with 37-35 in favor of Montreal. 3 stars of the game: Protas, Kochetkov, and Misa. Yeah, I figured it'd be Kochetkov playing. First period, Montreal scores first. Slavkovsky with the goal, but that would be the only one they get throughout the game, as in the second period, Huang from Suzdalev makes it 1-1, and then Afanasev from Levshunov and Protas makes it 2-1. Then in the third period, Crystal from Protas and Misa, York from Kartai and Misa, Misa from Protas, and then Lynn from Afanasev and Protas makes it the 6-1 victory, and we are up 3-0 in the series. Here we go, game number 4, we're going into it. And there's one for Hagens from Crystal and Protas, we're up 1-0. Oh, there's one for Montreal, Coronado with the goal from Caulfield. Come on, guys, there it is. Kartai from Carconi and Artamanov, we're up 2-1. Start of the second period now. Ooh, Montreal scores. Slavkovsky with the goal, makes it 2-2. And there's one for us, Huang with the goal from LaPierre and Protas. Makes it 3-2. And start of the third period. Come on, close this out. Close this out. Yeah, there it is. That's all we needed. We get the 3-2 victory over Montreal, and we are moving on to round number 2. Shots of 35-25 in favor of Montreal. 3 stars of the game, Protus, Nightchuck, and Crystal. And we have the New Jersey Devils in round number 2. Let's see what they're looking like. Obviously, you have Jack Hughes, you have Nico Hischier, Bratt, Nemetz, Meyer, all the core guys still there. Obviously, we're going to have to watch out for Jack Hughes. He's the huge threat there, but you know what? I think we're a good enough defensive team to be able to shut him down along with the rest of their offense. So here we go. Game 1 against the New Jersey Devils will be an 8-4 Washington Capitals victory. So not the kind of game I expected, honestly, but I'll take it. Shots of 39-33 in favor of your Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game, Lynn with the 2-goal performance, as well as 1 assist, Lambos and Hagens. First period, you have Crystal from Protus and Lambos, and then Suzdalev from Afanasev and LaPierre. Makes it 2-0 heading into the second period. Yarventi scores for New Jersey to make it 2-1. Then Ryan Lynn from Lambos makes it 3-1. Cameron Arquette for New Jersey scores to make it 3-2. But then Lambos from Hagens and Suzdalev, and Deruio from Lynn and Hagens makes it 5-2 heading into the third, where Gauthier scores from Huang to make it 6-2. Lynn on the power play from Crystal and Misa makes it 7-2. Alex Holtz makes it 7-3. Artamanov from Levshunov and Kartai makes it 8-3. Jesper Bratt from Hughes and Meyer makes it 8-4. And that is a big victory for your Washington Capitals. Game number 2 against New Jersey will be a 3-1 New Jersey Devils victory. Shots are 43-25, so we outshot them, but they get the victory. 3 stars of the game, Nemetz, LaPierre, and Brennan. First period, LaPierre scores first from Suzdalev and Crystal, but that'd be the only one we get as Nemetz scores for New Jersey to make it 1-1. Meyer on the power play makes it 2-1, and then Villeneuve for New Jersey makes it the 3-2 victory for them. All right, here we go. Game number 3 will be a 5-2 Washington Capitals victory. Shots of 41-34 in favor of Washington. 3 stars of the game, Cameron, Gauthier, and Lynn. First period, you have York with the goal from Gauthier and Cameron. Then Meyer for New Jersey makes it 1-1. Carson Cameron from Gauthier and Artamanov makes it 2-1. Then Saunderson for New Jersey on the power play makes it 2-2. Second period, you have Leshunov from Kartai makes it 3-2. And third period, Ryan Lynn with 2 goals. The first from Suzdalev, the second on the empty net from Protus and Misa makes it 5-2. And we are up 2-1 in the series. Here we go. Game number 4 against the New Jersey Devils will be a 3-2 New Jersey victory. Shots at 31-28 in favor of the Devils. 3 stars of the game, Yarventi, LaPierre, and Holtz. First period, we had the lead at one point, actually. We scored the first 2 goals. Lambos from Afanasev and LaPierre, and then LaPierre on the power play from Protus and Afanasev. But then in the second period, it's Yarventi from Holtz. The third, it's Arquette scoring to send it to overtime, where Jack Hughes scores from Marino and Bratt to make it the 3-2 New Jersey victory and the tie series. Oh boy. And to make matters worse, Carson Lambos goes down with an injury. Oh no, that is not what you like to see. 1%. Oh no, 2 to 3 months. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Carson Lambos, arguably our best player, goes down with an injury for the rest of the playoffs. All right, game number 5 against New Jersey. Come on, guys. Big game. Oh, no. 4-3 loss. Shot to 38-34 in favor of Washington. 3 stars a game. Saunderson, Crystal, and Hughes. First period, Crystal with the goal from Huang, and Suzdalev makes it 1-0. Second period, Lynn scores from Protus and Misa to make it 2-0. But then Barbashev for New Jersey makes it 2-1. Crystal from LaPierre and Lynn makes it 3-1. So we had a 2-goal lead at one point. And then Stillman and Nico Hischier score to make it 3-3, heading into the third period, where Jack Hughes scores once again from Bratt and Meyer to make it the 4-3 New Jersey victory. Oh man, come on guys. We gotta win 2 in a row now. All right, here we go. Backs up against the wall in game number 6. Play for your captain. Play for Carson Lambos. Come on, guys. Jack Hughes from Meyer and Saunderson. Not a good start. All right, there it is. Misa from Protus and Afanasev makes it 1-1. And that is the end of 1. Come on, Washington. There it is. Huang from Protus and Misa makes it 2-1. 3-1. Misa from Afanasev and Protus. Okay. Come on, guys. There it is. Crystal from Suzdalev and LaPierre makes it 4-1, but Jack Hughes scores his second of the game from Meyer, makes it 4-2. And into the third period, up by 2. Come on, Washington. Oh, no. Saunderson scores. Come on. Oh, no. Yarventi scores, makes it 4-4. And we have a tie game. Come on, Washington. There it is. Brayden Coots with his first, what I believe is his first playoff goal of his career from Galvas and Kartai. The 5-4 lead. Come on, guys. Oh, now Jesper Bratt from Jack Hughes and Kevin Ball. And Michael Misa with the unassisted goal with 1:10 remaining. Is that it? Yes, that is it. We are headed to 7. Let's go, boys. Good job, Michael Misa. We just narrowly avoided overtime there. Shots are 43-34 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. 3 stars of the game. Misa with the hat trick. Actually, that was the hat trick from Michael Misa. I didn't even notice till just now. The hat trick from Michael Misa saves the day. And then Hughes and Galvas are the other stars of the game. Oh man, this is a tight series, and it all comes down to game number 7. Come on, boys. First period underway. Ooh, New Jersey scores first late in the first period. Jesper Bratt from Nemetz and Villeneuve makes it 1-0. Ooh, 2-0. Alex Holtz. Come on, guys. 3-0. Nico Hischier. All right, there's one for us. Alexei Protas. We're on the board now from LaPierre and Cameron. Third period underway. Come on, give me 2. No, Nemetz. No, Nico Hischier, not looking good. Carson Cameron with the goal, but that is all she wrote. So we're out in the second round. It was, yeah, they were a tough opponent. I mean, you couldn't really expect anything less from a team with Jack Hughes, but that sucks after the season we had. Yeah, they were just a slightly better team in the end, unfortunately. Shots were 48-45 in favor of your Washington Capitals, but unfortunately, we couldn't convert as much as they did. 3 stars of the game, Nemetz, Hischier, and Tyler Brennan. I mean, honestly, you could chalk that one up to not having Carson Lambos. If we had Carson Lambos, that might have been a different story. he's just that good of a player. I mean, it may not seem like it, given his star rating. He's only a 4-star player, but he plays like a 5-star, honestly. Like, he is so good. And it shouldn't seem like he's that good defensively just based off his defensive ratings, right? But like, he's just, every single game he is on top of it defensively. Like, he had a 98 in that one game against New Jersey, against I believe that was game number 2, and it's just consistently like in the high 70s, low 80s, mid 80s, and as we see, even at times has 100 as a defensive grade. So I'm not making an excuse, but if we had Lambos, that I think that might have turned out differently. That was an unfortunate injury, so we'll just have to try again next year. And didn't I call it? Didn't I call it early in the season? The game was saving a big injury for the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, it's the way it goes sometimes. So before we end things off, let's take a look at the playoff stats. You have Protas with 15 points in 11 games played, leads our team. Then Crystal and Misa with 11 points each. Suzdalev with 10. Lin and LaPierre with 9. Afanasev with 8. Kartai with 6. 5 for Lambos, Huang, and Artemanov, and Cameron. Hagens and Levshunov with 4. 3 for Deruio, York, Carconi, and Gautier. And then 2 for Kutz and Galvas. And in goal, you have Kochetkov with a 913 save percentage. He did well. I'm not blaming anyone in particular here, but if we had just gotten 1 or 2 more goals during game number 4, or maybe game number 5, then obviously things would have turned out differently, but that's obviously not the way it went. So not much you can do about it. We just got to be better for next year. And of course, hope that we don't have an unfortunate injury like we did this year with Lambos. So with that, I think we'll end things off here. And in the next one, we will get through the offseason of year number 6 with your Washington Capitals.